You know that feeling of wanting to walk into a restaurant in, say, London or New York and just order your meal with complete and total confidence? Well, that's exactly what we're going to tackle today. We're going to break down everything from the moment you walk in to that kind of tricky question about the tip. Let's jump right in.
Does this feel a little familiar? That little bit of hesitation right before you open the restaurant door in a new country? Hey, we've all been there. But don't you worry, because we're going to replace that anxiety with a super simple, confident plan starting right now.
All right, first things first. You've made it to the restaurant. The very first step is just getting your table. And trust me, making a great first impression is way easier than you think. Let's break it down. Okay, so when you walk in, the first person you're going to look for is usually standing at a little podium or desk right near the entrance. That's the host or hostess. They're your guide for this first step. Their whole job is to greet you and get you seated. Simple as that.
Now, if you want to guarantee a smooth start, here's the secret weapon: a reservation. It's really just a fancy word for calling ahead and saving your spot. This is a total game changer, especially if the place is popular or you're going out on a busy Friday or Saturday night.
So if you did book ahead, this is your magic phrase. Just walk right up to the host and say with a smile, "Hi, I have a reservation for your name at the time." It's clear, it's direct, and it gets the job done perfectly. But hey, what if you're feeling a little more spontaneous? You just show up, no plans, no reservation? Absolutely no problem. This is what we call being a walk-in, and there's a super simple phrase for this situation too. And this is it, the golden ticket. All you have to do is tell them how many people are in your group. A table for 2, please, or a table for 4, please. It's simple, it's polite, and everyone will understand you. You could even get a little more specific, like a table for 2 by the window, please, if you're feeling fancy. Okay, you're in. You're seated, and you've got the menus in your hands. Now for the really fun part, figuring out what to eat. Let's talk about how to navigate that menu and order like you've been doing it your whole life. The menu is basically your treasure map for the meal, so take your time with it. And remember, if you see a word you don't recognize, it is totally okay to ask your waiter. "Excuse me, what exactly is saffron?" They are there to help, I promise. You know, the whole process really just boils down to these 3 simple steps you see here. First, obviously, read the menu. Second, you choose what you'd like. Meals are often broken into courses, a starter to begin, then a main dish, and maybe dessert if you've got room. And finally, you tell the waiter or waitress what you've decided on. So after a few minutes, your waiter will come back to the table and ask this exact question, or something pretty similar like, "Can I get your order?" And that's your cue. Time to share your delicious choices.
Now, when it's your turn, here are 2 incredibly simple, polite ways to say what you want. You can say, "I'll have," or "I'd like." Honestly, they both work perfectly. So you could say, "I'll have the steak, please," or "I'd like the grilled chicken." It really is that easy. And, adding that little "please" at the end is always a nice touch.
And success! Your order is in, the food has arrived, and it looks incredible. So now your only job is to enjoy it. But what happens if you need something during the meal? Let's go over a few key phrases for that. Think of these as your go-to lines. If the waiter checks in and asks how everything is, a simple "everything is delicious, thank you" is a perfect response. Need a refill? "Could we have some more water, please?" works like a charm. And if you need to get their attention, just a little eye contact and a small hand wave is much better than shouting. Then you can say, "Excuse me, I seem to be missing a fork." Okay, you've learned a bunch of individual phrases, so how about we have a little fun with it? Let's see if you can put the pieces together and follow the natural flow of a real restaurant conversation. All right, here's our little challenge. On the left, you've got 4 common questions from a waiter. On the right, 4 typical customer replies. Your mission is to match the question to the right response. Go ahead and pause if you want to think it over for a sec. Ready? Okay, let's see how you did. Number 1, still or sparkling water. Matches with C, still please. Makes sense. Number 2, how was your meal? Goes with D, it was wonderful, thank you. Number 3, would you like to see the dessert menu? That pairs with B. No, I'm full, just a coffee. And last one, number 4, are you ready for the check? Matches with A, we'd like the bill, please. So how'd you do? Fantastic work! You've successfully ordered, eaten, and enjoyed the meal. Now it's time for the final step, paying the bill. Let's talk about how to ask for it and get it all settled up. Okay, this is a super important one. There's a key vocabulary difference between the UK and the US here. They both mean the exact same thing, but in the United Kingdom you ask for the bill.
Over in the United States, you ask for the check. Getting this little detail right will make you sound like a local.
So when you're all finished up and ready to head out, you just need to catch your waiter's attention and use this polite phrase. Could we have the bill, please? Or, of course, could we have the check, please, if you happen to be stateside? This is the universal signal that you're ready to pay. But hold on, we are not quite done yet. There's one more really crucial cultural detail we need to talk about. It can be super confusing if you're not used to it, and that is the tip.
So a tip, which you might also see called a service charge, is just a little extra money that you leave for your server. It's basically a thank you for their hard work and for taking good care of you. And the customs around this change a lot depending on where in the world you are.
And this chart really shows you that difference. In the US, tipping is a huge part of the culture. It's very much expected, and the standard is to add about 15 to 20% on top of your meal's cost. But in the UK, it's a bit different. A service charge of around 10 to 12% is often automatically included. So here's the most important rule to remember. Always check the bottom of your bill. Look for words like service charge or gratuity. If you see those, it means the tip has already been taken care of for you.
And there you have it. From the moment you walk in the door to leaving the tip, you now have the complete roadmap for dining out in English. You've got the vocabulary, you get the flow, and you know the key cultural details. So really, the only question left is, what amazing meal are you going to order on your next adventure?